JJ, obviously not the result we wanted in the end, exiting the playoffs here at Boston. How's the mood in the dressing room at the end of that game?
We're gutted. Yeah, I'm gutted. The lads are gutted, and we felt like we should have done it. Yeah, we felt like we should have got through, and it's very downhearted and very sort of flat. But it's one of them things where it's football. You know, it's a case of trying to reflect, and obviously it's all very fresh at the minute. But yeah, we're gutted. You know, it's one of them things where we really did believe we could do it today, and obviously after going ahead early on, and yeah, it's gutting. I'm personally devastated, and obviously a group of lads that care about his football club and the great togetherness that we had. It's a shame we couldn't quite do it, but it's one of them things, and that's football sometimes.
Yeah, you mentioned the squad there, how sort of close knit everyone is. It's something that Mike's just mentioned at the end of the game there as well. You've got a lot of you who are back here again next season. How much do you think you can use from this season's experiences and maybe even in this game today moving forward to make sure you're better and stronger next season?
Yeah, Ben Clark said it in there. I think you've got to take how you feel as you walk in the change room after losing a playoff semi-final and take it into next season to hopefully go and challenge at the top. You know, we've set a precedent this year, and ultimately if you reflect on a whole season, and for me personally to see where the club was 14-15 months ago to see where it is today, and if you'd have asked me 14-15 months ago if it would have been a playoff semi-final now, I wouldn't have thought so. You know, we've come a long way as a football club, and it's been an extremely proud year for this football club. You know, we've got our club back, which has been the main thing, and it shows that how devastated we are as a group of lads, and a club really that we lost out in a semi-final. How far this club's come. You know, it was weeks, days away from extinction, and 14 months later we're losing out in a playoff semi-final. So if you look at it in hindsight, we've come a long way as a football club. You know, we're extremely proud of that, and obviously the disappointment will be in for a few days, but I think come sort of the middle of the week, I think we can look back and be very proud of what we've achieved. You know, like I said, 14 months ago we nearly didn't have a football club. 14 months later we're losing out in a semi-final to a big club like Boston. So we've got to take it. It's hard to take at the minute, but I think ultimately we can go on and use this as next season to try and challenge and try and challenge at the top and maybe hopefully win the league.
And you mentioned looking back potentially in a few days with yourself and the rest of the squad. It's been mentioned before that in games like these you have to go out there and make sure that you don't come off the pitch coming away with any regrets, and I don't think any of the lads can come off with any regrets, do you?
No, they've been a credit. You know, it's an unbelievable set of boys. It really has. It has been all season, you know, and I think today you look at it, it's been a squad. You know, the lads who obviously have been released, and Scott and Connor are both Connors, and they've been a part of it. It's been an unbelievable group of lads, and you're playing rather with your mates rather than your teammates, and I think that's a massive thing in football. So yeah, the nucleus are here next season. We're all here next season, obviously apart from the lone lads and Brad, Aggers and Coops obviously may go on to bigger and better things, but we've got a nucleus, and I think this season we've set a precedent of what could be next season. You know, we've been brilliant. We've been absolutely brilliant, challenging in and around the playoffs all season. Obviously we got in on points per game, and what's been a strange season, but the lads have been a credit. You know, it's like I say, the club's a massive club for me, and I want lads to come here and try and be a part of what we're trying to achieve. And the lads here have bought into everything Mike's tried to do, and you've got to give them credit, Mike and Busted. You know, they work their socks off every single day trying to give us the best preparation, and for me, Busted, he's been brilliant. You know, he's one of my good mates personally, but as an assistant manager, him and Mike have been unbelievable together. And next season we want to be challenged at the top, and I think you've got to take the heartache and the disappointment for today and use it as motivation next year to hopefully go on and do more, finishing the playoffs as a minimum, and really challenge at the top of the table and see if we can try and get this club back where it rightly deserves to be.
In terms of the game today and how things went for you, of course you managed to get yourself a goal to put us 1-0 up with not too long left of the first half, and then 2 penalty decisions tilted it in Boston's favour going into the break. How much did you think those decisions had an influence on maybe how the rest of the game panned out?
Yeah, it's football. Yeah, it's nice obviously to get another goal, but I'd have taken not scoring and going through. So yeah, it's 2 big decisions. You know, I was baffled at the second one, but Mike's put his hands up and said he's dragged the kid down. So that's football. It's a penalty. But I thought we bounced back well second half. It's the second goal. It's a good goal. It's a penalty. Nick has put it away well, and it's one of them games where I didn't feel overly threatened. Sometimes you come off and you feel like you've been 5-3. It looks like you've been undone quite a few times, but I didn't feel like it was that. I feel like fair play to Boston. They scored 5 goals against us, but I didn't feel it was like that, and that's what the disappointment is. Sometimes you've come off a game and you feel like you've been played off the park, but for me today it wasn't that feeling. But yeah, we have to bounce back. Obviously we don't know when the new season's going to start, but we've got to go with the motivation to start the season well, and hopefully have a good season and see what we can create at this football club. And like I said, it'd be great in my time here if we can get this club back in the national.
It's obviously still a bit uncertain in terms of when next season will actually get started up again, but overall the years that you've been here, where do you think that the current sort of pride and the positivity in the current squad ranks amongst all the ones you've been in at the club?
Right out there, yeah. The Wembley season and this are very, very similar. You play football with your mates rather than teammates. It makes a massive difference, and I've said it from that season really. That season 2014 I played with my mates, and this season here I've played with my mates, and them 2 seasons have been unbelievable, and it just shows that the success that the club's had in them 2 seasons and the recruitment. I go back to Mike and Buster, but the recruitment they've put in and the lads they've brought to this football club. It's a very niche club here. We're in the North East, we're a long way from places, but you've got to have people who buy into what we're trying to achieve. We have all these long journeys and we're on the bus together a lot, and if you don't get on as lads you're going to struggle, but we spend a lot of time together. But thankfully we've got a group of lads who get on brilliant. We really do. It's a great group, and I've always said team spirits outweighs quality, it outweighs ability, it outweighs any tactics you have. If you've got a team spirit that's good and you've got a team that's strong and gets on well, then you're always going to succeed. And like I said, I'm so thankful to the group we've had this year. It's been like playing with my mates again, and it's been a season where I've obviously been fortunate enough to get some goals, but I've enjoyed it. And I think when you enjoy your football, you play better. And this season for me has been a goal season, and hopefully next year I can continue that and play with my mates again and hopefully be successful.
And you've mentioned, of course, a lot of the lads are around again for next season, so much of the core of the squad is still together for then. How confident do you feel in terms of bettering how we have done this season? Although obviously the emotions might feel a little bit raw today.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I really am. Like you say, we've kept the core and the nucleus, and it's what it's all about. We've got some good footballers here. When you've got people like Greg Ollie and Jordan Preston in your team, you're always going to have a chance in any game of football. And like I say, it's just going to be, we've got to keep that team spirit again next year. We've got to keep that camaraderie, and we've got to keep that feeling of what happened today and spur us on and really go and push on. We need to be better. We need to be better. The reason you lose semi-finals is because you're not quite good enough sometimes, and maybe that's the case today, but we want to be better. We want to be up the top of the league, and it'd be great if we're challenging right at the top with obviously the bigger clubs, and we want to do it. That's the main aim next season. I think we've set the expectation here. Maybe this year was a sort of reflection season on how the club might be and what might happen after obviously what happened a year ago, but it's all about sticking together and pushing in the right direction. There's one club, which his club is now. We've got our club back, and supporters, board, players, staff, we're all one club, and we'll stick together throughout next season and push on as best we can. And it'd be lovely to see this club back in the National League.